Welcome
Welcome.
to the Stage 2 Resolution Kitten wrap-up.
Yeah. We're about to head into Stage 3, the last stage.
Of the tour, not of the series.
Right, yeah. So give us a thumbs up if you can hear us on Instagram,
I don't think we can
Facebook,
see
YouTube. Yeah, they can post a thumbs up.
I meant
Matt says we can hear
can't see
you.
there.
Okay,
If they
good.
actually give us the thumbs up.
Oh, we have one viewer
Just
on
thumbs
YouTube?
up. Just thumbs up your screen, and we'll feel the vibe.
All right. Is the music still going? No. Okay, cool. All right. Hope you enjoyed that little musical interlude by Dane Paris. You can find him on Spotify. Dane Paris.
Dane Paris, the official. Oh, someone says no sound.
No sound on IG. Okay. So they can hear us on Facebook, but not on Instagram. Is it because you hit mute?
No, I don't know. I'll figure it out in a second.
All right. On IG, let us know if you can hear us at any point, because we're going to try to mess around with the sound. Are we good on Facebook? No sound on IG still. All right. Weird. We may have to restart it. Not sure what's going on. Just hang tight. Chad says good on Facebook and YouTube, so it seems like it's just Instagram for some reason. Instagram is being weird. All right, well, if you guys can just hang tight while we figure this out. And then we'll get into our wrap-ups. Did you just stop it?
I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's going. Did they?
Did you bring it back?
Yeah.
Because I don't see it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still right there.
I'm on Instagram and I don't
Refresh.
see it.
Just refresh. I don't know if you can see it if you're logged in as that person. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not working.
Sorry, everybody. We'll be with you in 1 second. I don't know if that's not working. We might not be able to do the sound on Instagram.
All right, well then, can I just do it on my phone? So we can get...
We'll try that.
See if that works.
We'll try that.
All right, so you should be able to hear us on Instagram now. Cool. All right, well, that was a good...
All right. Not sure what the issue is with there, but we worked around it, so lucky Instagram people can hear us now.
All right, well, should be good to go now. Sorry about that. We are going to head into our overview for stage You're going to want to move that so that you're at the right date. For stage 2 recap, just a reminder for everybody to make sure that you are synced to the leaderboard on Strava. So you will know that because your rides will be showing up on the leaderboard. You also will have a little Strava logo icon next to your name on the leaderboard. So if your rides aren't loading, it may be because you never synced. If you did sync, then there could be another issue. So.
Yep, and there's still a few people out there that haven't synced yet. So if you know anyone that is supposed to be in and you haven't seen their rides or don't see them on the leaderboard, then tell them to sync their account. Oh, we got a snowy cameo.
Snowy has joined the recording. Oh. All right. Again, if you have questions at any point throughout this broadcast, hit us up in the comments on Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube. We're watching all the comments. Questions or anything that you want to say. You can also, at any point during the series, you can head on over to Discord and ask questions in the support chat. All right, so Tour 1, Stage 2 wrap-up or recap. We had another participation challenge, so that meant that as long as you did the challenge, you will receive points, 5 points for doing the challenge, and that was to ride at least X amount of time in a single day. And then it was different for each category, mini, basic, full, or supreme. So if you hit that time for a ride one day out of this week, you will get points. You just had to do a single ride. That didn't mean that your other rides don't count.
No,
it just means
yeah.
you get points for that ride.
So a couple of things that one, we got several questions about this. If you do a ride that meets like all rides count for everything. So if you had to ride an hour to get the challenge for this week and you did that ride before noon and you tagged it, then great, that counts for both. You killed 2 birds with 1 stone. If we had some other things going on, if you do the Zwift ride and it lasts an hour and that's long enough, then you meet the Zwift ride and you get the thing. Anything, they all count for everything. So yeah, as many as you can knock out in one ride, go for it. And then another, I'm gonna pull up the page here again. So when you're looking at the leaderboard for stage 2, it's going to show you your progress towards that goal. So if you've it's the most you've ridden in a day essentially. So you're going to see one number here. If you met that, it's going to be highlighted in purple. You can see one down here that's still grayed out, so haven't quite gotten there yet. So just for future reference, if we have a challenge like that where it's do something in a day or in a single ride, and that's the goal, we'll show like your progress towards that goal and as close as you've gotten. And if you surpass that, it'll get wiped out. So that one doesn't tally up. We always still have this leaderboard that's tallying up the whole tour and continuing to count up your time, the duration of your rides for the whole tour. So that one will keep going, and each stage is just stage by stage. So got the stage 1 with that progress, stage 2, and then those guys. So.
All right, so we're gonna go in and look at some highlights for the leaderboard. As of now, just some fun highlights. So I'll call them out and Chris will jump to them on the leaderboard so that we can quickly see some of these highlights from the last couple stages. So the first one is Supreme. You're going to want to go to Open Women, and we're looking at Maria, Logan, and Britt Mason. So Maria is leading our Supreme Pareto category with 32 hours.
Crazy bike-natic people. I hope there's some commuting in there.
And then if you go over to the men's, we've got open men. There's 3 battling it out at the top, 35 to 37 hours. Kevin, Ramsey, and David.
So if Ramsey's ridden 37 hours, I think that's a total of 48 flats that he's probably had, if I'm correct. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe Carl could
Is
help
Carl
us out
on the
that.
live stream? Have you been riding with Ramsey at all? Ramsey, are you on the live stream? Maria's on Facebook.
All right.
She just tuned in. I think Maria was at the gym today doing some crazy like full body bike workout, whatever this bike is called, assault bike,
Oh,
where
crazy.
you're like pedaling and moving your arms at the same time.
That sounds like mountain biking in the shed.
Yeah, she was on that for like an hour or something.
Yeah.
That's intense. Then we're going to head over to the Supreme Masters women. So Patty Fulton. I think actually Patty is leading everybody with 44 hours right now. So if you want to be riding many, many hours, go to the Supreme Burrito category.
That might be,
Those
that will
people are
definitely
crazy.
be more hours than I get this whole month. So
Yeah. And then the Masters men, we've got, I think, Tom Noel. He is 42. So Tom is almost where Patty is.
oh, hold on. I'm sorry. I'm not showing all of these. There we go.
All right. So Carl says Def getting flats in Zwift with Ramsey.
Is that flats like his trainer bike is getting a flat, or do they have like some special in the game just for him that his bike gets flats and he has to pull over?
All right, so then I want to head down and look at the full Pareto, and we're not going to be looking at every category for everyone necessarily, but I think what's really interesting is if you go to the junior men in the full, we've got Jake Foley at 27 hours.
Crushing it.
Yeah, and so actually, for the full Pareto, anyone over 24 hours right now is
And you can see he's just
in the upgrade zone.
a lot of consistent riding, nothing huge, but just getting it in there.
Jake is a snowshoe, woolly wally booger bugger.
So is he snow riding or is it?
Yeah, I'm
Swift?
not really sure, but yeah, anybody over 24 hours, in the full, that would be 2 12-hour weeks, is in upgrade zone. Promotion time.
Well, he might be the first junior to make it to the Supreme.
Jake, I think you're going to the Supreme, buddy. You're ready for it.
Yeah.
And then I want to look at the basic. So we've got junior women in the basic. Just want to highlight one of our junior Dirty Kitten guest riders, also a booger bugger, Julie Black, 14 hours. So she's also snow riding, I think, out in West Virginia. But anybody over 16 hours in the basic is in the upgrade zone.
Do the snowshoe people have those like ski bikes, and do those count? If you're going downhill and not pedaling? I don't know. I think maybe that'll be like that'll count for one of the other bonuses, cross training or something.
Oh yeah, that'll be a pop-up bonus coming soon. And then the last one I want to look at is the mini. If we go to the junior women in the mini, this is pretty intense. There are 11 junior women in the mini, so that's awesome.
There's
Props to those junior girls.
A lot of them with a lot of riding.
Yeah, I mean, we got Leela with 11 hours. Now, if you are over 10 hours in the mini, it's upgrade time. So I think she may be going to the basic.
Yeah, but still, and that's good because the rest of that group looks pretty close. I think they're all beating me still. And this is like the most I've ever ridden in any of our winter training series.
Watch
I'm
out
still
for
getting crushed.
Watch out for these juniors. They are intense.
Yeah.
Joanna says busy week means I'm Zwifting for the next 2 hours. All right. Well, you can listen to us while you're Zwifting, Joanna. I'm sure this is interesting Zwift
Yeah, it's way
like ride
it's way
talk.
better than like dance music or anything.
Yeah, Bruise Bike says promoted. I think you came up with that term last week, and we're rolling with that. So some people are getting promoted to the next category. See, it's a good thing.
Yeah, yeah. I think we've said it right now. People are thinking about it the right way. It's a good thing.
Yeah, it's a good thing. So, do we want to talk about stage 3?
Well, let's first go. I'm gonna go back to a leaderboard here. Let me get this prepped here.
Or if you have any questions, hit us up in the comments and we'll answer them. I see Ted is over there on YouTube.
Yeah.
Hi, Ted.
So we have the points leaderboards up. Took a little while to get all of the social media stuff. Like we've said before, the social media part, those bonuses are all a lot more manual labor for us. So especially getting the series started and all of that, it's a little hard for us to catch up on all those. I think we got a handle on it now. Got everything up through everything that came in prior to a few hours ago. Probably I think is added now. So we have the points leaderboard up here. You can see that will pop up at the beginning of any of your tabs up there, and it'll show you your point totals. And if you just click on the points in your row, it'll expand out and it'll show you how you got all those points. And so see here, like we haven't scored anything for the whole tour yet, so there's no points for that whole resolution kitten challenge. Stage 1, I got the 5 points for doing the 5 rides. I did a Zwift ride and had a Facebook bonus. And then you can see here there's a grayed out Instagram bonus. I posted on both Instagram and Facebook. You only get to count a point on one of those though. So we still show that we logged that you did it, but that you're not getting any points for it. And so you can see the same here that I did a Zwift, the Zwift coffee and trivia ride this week, which also ended up counting as my morning ride, but I only get to score one of those.
Mm-hmm. So, nice.
So anytime you want to look at the points or how they break down, you can pop that open. And if you're missing something that you think you should have gotten, you can always reach out to us. Again, the bonuses aren't quite as live as all of the normal syncing of the data. So that happens normally a few times a day, and on days that like the bonuses are eligible. So we'll get those picked up. And then the social media stuff, again, that's all manual. So don't expect all of that until like the weekend at least of the end of that week. Right?
Yeah.
So.
Shout out to Ra, one of my teammates, for helping with the social media bonuses. She's been searching Facebook for all the posts. If you are tagging us and using the correct hashtags on social media, you will get points. If you're not using the correct hashtags or tagging us, it's really hard for us to find your post. So make sure that you're doing that. Those will all be listed in the challenge grid document. Just make sure you're following those. And they're there because that's how we find the posts.
Yeah. And if you also, if your name if you look at the leaderboard and your name says one thing and your email is a different name, or your social media identity is a different name, a lot of people use maybe their first name and a middle name, or sometimes completely different names. Maybe just shoot us an email and tell us, link us up so that we know what we're trying to map. Some of them, we do have a few social media things that we've got. I don't know. It could just be people participating because they've seen others do it, but we can't find their names anywhere in the actual leaderboard. So I'm not sure what's going on with those.
Yeah. Sometimes it's hard to find people if their names are different for different platforms. One other thing before we go. We're going to go over to the challenges.
Yeah.
Any questions about the leaderboard or anything from stage 1 and 2 that you want to ask? I see Chris Berry said, will there be any separate indoor versus outdoor ride challenges coming up? Yes, we will start to do those. They don't matter right now as much with the time. for the time challenges, but when we get into distance and elevation, they will matter a little bit more. So we will split out virtual and I guess real life or outdoor rides.
Yeah.
So yes, but not during this tour.
Yeah, and so on some of the things we'll do that so that make it fair for everybody.
All right, questions. Drop them in. We will move on here.
Yeah, just trying to check.
So if you can scroll down to the next one.
Yeah, sorry. I was trying to read the YouTube comments. All right.
All right, so these are our stage 3 challenges. This is going to be a little bit different because it's a competitive. Snowy's like climbing into a box in the corner over there. This is going to be a competitive challenge. So pay attention to what it is asking you to do. You'll see here in the second or third column, it says it's a competition. So the top 10 in each field from each category will receive points.
Yeah.
So that means that
you'll start first place.
You'll be ranked.
Yeah, first place will get 10 points. It'll go down from there. It's not going to be a straight shot all the way down, but everyone will get points for that. So.
And then the challenge is most time ridden in a single day, virtual and or real life, inside or outside. So any ride that you do will count. Multiple rides in the same day will count. So it's just the amount of time you're riding in a single day total. But you want to be careful to stay within your category time limit. So yes, we're asking you to ride as much as possible on a single day, but there are category limits for a reason, as we've explained. So if you go and bust out a 10-hour ride and that puts you way over your category time limit for the week or for the entire tour, then you're going to be in the upgrade zone. Yeah. So just keep that in mind, like do your rides, but consider, if you're able to do a lot more, maybe you should be in the next category, and that's fine too.
Yeah. And remember, no hiding the rides until Sunday night so that your competitors don't know. They need to be uploaded within 24 hours of their completion time. And I do have stuff that looks for that and flags those. So.
And then for the ride bonus, do a virtual Zwift club ride, at least an hour. We'll have 2 next week. Or a real life ride, meaning an outdoor ride, after 5 p.m. So if you are not going to do a Zwift ride or can't do a Zwift ride, do something after 5 p.m. for at least an hour and use hashtag DKWTS in your ride title.
Yeah. Just
put it at the end of your ride title.
And that will be, I think, a ride doesn't. I think that ride has to start after 5 p.m.
And then
yeah, I don't know. It looks better on your phone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks fine. And then
I just refreshed it to see if it helps.
Oh, okay. So, and then your let's see, photo bonus is to tell us about your favorite cycling swag items with photos. So, as you have been doing, send us or your photos via email or post them on social media and tell us a little bit about the swag item. So include writing with it, not just the photo. Like, what's the item and why do you like it? Or what's cool about the item? Where'd you get it from? Maybe it's something you wanted to race, or you got in a giveaway, or you picked up at a shop, or your friend gave you. Pick something fun. It could be apparel, bike parts, water bottles, bags.
Something you got from a race, anything.
Yeah, any bike swag item. Email it to dkwts@dirtykittengravel.com or post it. And again, tag us. Use the right hashtags this week. We're asking you to use our hashtag and then hashtag cycling swag. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
I've been enjoying those photos.
Yeah, and so we like to read them all. So give us a little bit about it. Sometimes we share those. So yeah, include that. Got a couple more questions from the Facebook chat here. I'm going to go backwards and over here. Does the Supreme have a limit? Yes, 24 hours a day. So.
Yeah, Maria, if you go over 24 hours, then it doesn't count for that day.
Yeah, we might get suspicious if you somehow pull off more than that per day. Otherwise, yeah, no limit for the Supremes. Just go ahead and crush everyone's soul. That's cool.
But don't crush your soul.
Yeah. Don't talk to Matt about the burnout from a couple years ago. I know he had a huge
Magnetic Matt Holmes.
Yeah. A huge winter training series and then a great year, but I think he was pretty much toast by the end of the year.
You don't want to go too much too soon.
Yeah.
We did have a question up top.
Yeah, another question. Do you have to tag a ride for the challenge points? So, yes, the ride, so in this case, if it's a Zwift ride, you need to leave the title. That's how we identify the Zwift rides. If you're trying to do the other bonus and get the after 5 p.m. ride, that one has to be tagged with hashtag DKWTS. All of your other rides don't need DKWTS on them. They don't need the hashtag. It doesn't matter. That's not how we look for all your general rides that go into the leaderboard. Those we're just looking for rides that you log and that are on a bike, or that come up as a ride type. So virtual rides, trainer rides, all of that stuff. So yeah, anything that you're trying to get this third column here in any of these, throughout the whole series, those are the ones that need to have the tag on them. So.
Yeah, good questions. And the reason we're asking you to put these things on your rides and on social media is because that's the way that we find them. We have 400 people in the series, and we can't go through 400 rides or 400 posts. So we need something to help us find it.
Yeah. Yeah, and
it's a search option.
Yeah,
basically.
Reggie put a reminder: don't change the title.
Yes, thank you, Reggie.
You can add on to the title. Just leave what is in the title to start with. You can add something onto the end. That's fine. And the reason we ask people to put the hashtag on that is, it's a game. We're trying to go for points. So part of it is making sure people are, paying attention to get that. If we just automatically counted anybody that did a ride after 5 p.m., if they're not really participating in the whole thing, that's part of it too. So
can you go to my ride from today on the leaderboard over there on Strava?
From the actual leaderboard though, right?
Yeah, you can go to my ride. I just want to show what the ride title is that I put in. This is a good example from today's ride. So at the top here, January Shed Loop, hashtag DKWTS. I guess I didn't have to put 2023 though.
No, that might not actually get found. So
somebody
should be following the directions. No, it will actually, as long as it has hashtag DKWTS in it, it'll pick up the rest of that. So you will be okay.
All right, good.
So, one other thing that I wanted to say to people with, as far as Strava goes, if you search for Dirty Kitten Gravel on Strava and follow that account, that's the same account that you authorize when you're linking the leaderboard stuff. But if you actually follow that account, I'll follow you back if you have permission set to require approval. If you get a follow request from Dirty Kitten Gravel, that's me. And the reason I do that is in case if there's something going wrong, if people have questions about a ride and I'm trying to help you out, if I'm logged in as that, then I can actually go to the Strava website and look at your ride and help figure out what the problem is. So if you think about it and you're on Strava, follow Dirty Kitten Gravel. If you get a follow request because you have a private account from Dirty Kitten Gravel, that's me. So if you don't have to accept it, but if you do, it'll help us out later if we're trying to work through anything. So.
Chris said, how will the points be awarded for the most time ridden next week?
I'll post that on the top of the leaderboard tomorrow. But first place will get 10.
It probably won't be consecutive 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It'll be something slightly different so that the winners get a little bit more.
The top 3 will get more, and then the rest of the top 10 will all get points. Some of the positions may get the same amount of points. So
yeah, the winner will get 10.
Yeah.
All right, and then you can decide if you want to bust out a really big ride and risk getting upgraded for the points, or if you want to be careful and not go over your time limit. Yeah. So that's something for you to figure out on your own. Any more questions about the challenges, Strava, Zwift, anything that we've talked about so far? Hit us up in the comments. Good questions coming in. We talked about the stage challenge, the bonus challenge, Dirty Kitten, gravel on Strava, and labeling your rides. The next thing I wanted to mention is just a reminder that every Monday night, you're going to get a newsletter from MailChimp. If you don't get it, then you may want to check your spam or your junk. On Sunday nights, I usually send out the challenge list, and I put it up there actually.
Oh, you want to see it on the?
Yeah. On Sunday nights, I send out the challenge grid and a quick email. I try to keep it.
Oh, this guy.
Yeah. I try to keep my Sunday emails pretty brief with just the important info. And then on Monday, I'll send out the newsletter, which has a lot of the same info in a different format, but it will have all the links and schedule for the week. So this is, Chris just brought up an example of last week's newsletter. So this is what it looks like. You can scroll down and click on different things. There's, links.
A lot of that
important links that
you've seen before, but the information's still out there, so we keep putting that out there, so you always have a place to go back in and get it.
Yep. Yeah. So that'll also have the challenge grid, and then should have Zwift rides for the week. If you have questions about those, I usually try to put a link to whatever the ride is.
And we'll put that, and the challenge info will be on the homepage of the leaderboard as well. I kind of messed up something with it this week, so sorry about the sizing of all of that. I'll fix that tonight before the new ones go up. So.
Oh, sorry, that was the first one, not the last week's one, but they all look very similar. Yeah. All right, what do we have here? Some questions. For the week's challenge, do indoor and outdoor count, or just one or the other? For currently, so it depends on what week you're talking about. Are you talking about the week we just had or the next week we're about to have? If you want to go back to the challenge. So it'll say on the challenge grid, indoor and outdoor count, multiple rides count. So yes, for the last 2 weeks, both indoor and outdoor rides count.
Yes, and that's if you're talking about the bonus challenge, which is we offer the club Zwift ride. Obviously, we know that everyone doesn't have Zwift, or everyone doesn't even have a trainer, or may use a different service or whatever. So that's why we offer the alternative to that, and the alternative to that bonus can always be done either in real life or on a trainer. So. And
I guess the easy answer to that is all rides count, but you're not going to you can only get points for one bonus. So if you see at the top, it says choose one, then there's 2 options and 2 points. So you're only getting 2 points. You're not going to get 4 points. Yeah. If you do both, that's great, but you're only getting points for one of those things. Chad Baldwin, how long do you want us to wait to message you about points missed? I would say first check that you have done everything properly. Have you used the proper hashtags? Have you used the proper titles? Is everything loading on the leaderboard? If it's a social media bonus, it's going to take a little bit longer, so wait till the end of the week.
Yeah, if it's social media, wait until at least Monday night like following the stage ending.
Yeah.
It's like, we got a lot of the stage 2 stuff that was done already in this afternoon. But even since I finished that, I've seen easily a dozen emails come in with the stage 2 photo stuff, and then who knows how many more on Facebook and Instagram. So as far as the social media, give us till Monday evening after the stage ends. With ride stuff, if it's for the bonuses, if it should be by the end of the day that the bonus was achieved, and if same with the if you're doing one of the group Zwift rides, I usually just run that shortly after the group ride is over.
Yeah, so Chad or anybody, if you're not seeing ride points, then definitely message us about that if you are pretty sure that you've done everything properly. For stage 1, everything should be up now. So if you look at your stage 1 points and they don't seem right, definitely let us know. Stage 2, since today's the last day, give us a little bit of time to update stage 2. But for stage 1, everything should be accurate.
So we got another question about the Zwift rides. And so no, the Zwift rides need to maintain the whole title that was originally part of the Zwift ride. So
the question is, do the rides in Zwift need the DKWTS hashtag?
Yeah. So you can see I've got this ride. I did the coffee and trivia ride here. So if that ride needs this Zwift group rides, DKWTS, coffee and trivia. That's what I'm looking for. Everyone who joined the ride got that as a default, so that's a really easy thing to just go on. So no, you don't need to add an additional hashtag to that. As long as you keep that ride title there, it'll be found.
Now, if you go and do a separate ride on your own and you want it to count for the bonus, then you will need to add the hashtag on there at the end of your ride. So if you, like Chris has Zwift, Volcano Flat, and Watopia, if that was a ride he wanted to use for his bonus, he would need to add it at the end. So you only need to add it if it's your bonus ride.
Yeah. So if I didn't make the group ride and I wanted my morning ride to count, and it just happened to be a Zwift ride, I would just put that hashtag in no matter whatever else the title has.
Mr. Langdon said, you're using DKWTS on Zwift rides versus DKWTS 2023 for social media. Yeah, mainly because on social media, if I search hashtag DKWTS, it's going to bring up a lot of stuff from like last year and the year before and the year before that. So 2023 helps me sort through everything for this year. It just cuts down on the amount of stuff that I need to sort through.
And DKWTS 2023 would get picked up on rides too, the way that I'm looking for stuff. Just trying to keep it simple and keep people from having to type too much.
So Lauren says, would you can you see stories but since they go away, would you see stories since they go away? I usually see the stories when you post them within the 24-hour period that they're there, and then I try to share them in our stories, A, because I think it's cool, and B, because I want to have a way to save them. So if I've shared it, you're good. If you have a private account, I may not be able to see the story, in which case you may want to just like screenshot that story and send it real quick through an Instagram message just to make sure we got it. If your account's private. So stories are tricky. I don't always see them. If you tag us in the stories, if you know how to do that, there's a better chance I'll see it. But if you check your points and it looks like we've missed something on social media, just reach out to us because that one's slightly trickier to keep track of. So the hashtag is not needed to get points on the weekly challenge ride.
So if you're doing the group Zwift ride, then no. If you are doing this week the after 5 p.m. ride, then yes.
Yeah, not.
So and it says that on the on the thing here. So choose one, the Zwift ride, or 2, the real life, complete an evening ride after 5. It says must use hashtag DKWTS in there. So if you want to throw hashtag DKWTS at the end of your other Zwift ride too, it's fine, whatever. But just that one needs to have it. So that's the only ride of your week that will need that.
All right, what else do we have on here? Are we good?
Yeah.
Did you want to mention?
Yeah,
Chris wants to mention something real quick.
I wanted to mention something else because this came up about e-bikes. So I think our rules were originally written a couple years ago, and a lot of those were just transferred from year to year. And I think originally we had a rule that said no e-bikes. And kind of as we went through this year's stuff, I don't even think, I know I didn't really notice that was still in there. I don't think we ever really talked about it. But a lot of people now ride e-bikes. They have, even if you're not riding one exclusively, a lot of people have them in their stable and will ride them here and there for different things. And we think e-bikes are great. We think that they get people out on the trails, having fun, riding with people that they normally wouldn't ride sometimes. So we want those things to count. They actually get tagged differently in Strava, and as long as you're listing it as an e-bike and everything. So I have started grabbing e-bike rides as well. So anytime through this series, any e-bike rides are getting pulled down. So for the first session, I don't think that matters at all because time is time. I think, we were talking about this with somebody and they said, oh, well, an e-bike rider, they could ride longer because they don't have to pedal as hard. I'm like, yeah, but I could also go out and ride as easy as I possibly could for 10 hours, and that's the same effect. So
you could sit on the trainer at a super easy pace.
Yeah, so time is time is time. It doesn't matter what kind of bike you're on, what kind of pedaling you're doing. If you're logging the time, you're logging the time. So for the other challenges, we will work in the e-bike stuff somehow, and we'll work on handicapping that. I'm not sure how exactly we're going to do that yet, what the exact values of it are. It will probably be a fairly high penalty, I would think, because I don't think we have anyone that's 100% e-bike rider. And, if it's a training series, like you always have the option of not riding the e-bike and doing the other things. So I think we'll work those in. We'll put those out. I'm sure when we announce that, some people will say it's too much of a penalty and some people will say it's not enough. But we'll get it out there. We want everyone to be included. We want everyone to be able to log their rides and have fun. So that that's what it's all about, and we'll do our best to make sure it's fair.
There we go. All right. Somebody says my e-bike is 100 pounds and not 30 pounds. Yeah, I mean, e-bikes are heavier. So you can make an argument many different ways for pro, con, whatever. Like Chris said, we'll try to be as fair as possible.
Yeah.
All right, so any questions going forward about the challenges or anything we've discussed? If so, drop them in the comments. We're going to move ahead with the last few things and then wrap this up for tonight. Zwift Club rides. So Monday night, 6:30, we have our recovery ride. It's supposed to be an easy recovery ride. Some people don't do that. We do not have the banding on. The banding means everyone stays together, and it actually like rubber bands the group together so people can't go too far ahead or too far behind. Zwift does not do that for club rides. So we do not have the rubber band on. I can't put the rubber band on. But there should be enough people that we have enough groups. So if people spread out, there's still somebody near you, either in front or behind. I'm the leader, and then I usually have a sweeper. So there's usually 2 of us that are kind of monitoring where everybody is. And we're also on Discord. So you can just, hop on Discord, chat. Doesn't really matter where you are on the ride. if you're chatting, because your little people don't need to necessarily be near each other to talk. You can also talk through the Zwift companion app and like type, which is a little bit harder, but you can do that.
And there's been a few with the group rides. It's worked pretty well, I think overall. It's a lot easier than the old way of doing it, because we had to take a poll of who wanted to come to the ride.
Yeah.
Those people had to specifically follow Alex. Alex had to follow them back. An invite had to be sent for every person for the ride, and that had to be done every ride. You couldn't just do it for everybody. And the rides also have a limit of 100 people, so it's not like Alex could just follow everybody and invite everybody and just see who shows up.
Yeah.
So this is giving us a much better way to do it. But I guess there have been some issues. Sometimes people will log in and the event does not seem to be there. So I think we'll try and put out some screenshots of what the event screen should look like and how to go like to look for more events if it's not popping up. People have tried it and still have not seen them sometimes. So I think that's just a Zwift thing at that point. If you're part of the club and you've said you're going to the ride, it should be there. But I don't know if it seems maybe more frequently on late joins that it's happened.
Yeah.
So if you can get in there 5 minutes early, that gives a chance for us to help figure out if you're not joining. But also if especially if you're on Discord and you can't get the group, then just ride and chat with us on Discord. And if you didn't get in the group ride and you're not getting the group ride title, just send me a message and we'll take care of all that setup for you so that it still gets logged and you get the points.
Yeah, if you try to join the Zwift ride and it doesn't work, and you do your own ride at the same time and you're still chatting with us or whatever, just send Chris a message and we'll figure it out. Can you drop that screen in real quick? So every Sunday night when I send the weekly email, and then also on Monday when I send the newsletter, I put a link in for the Zwift Club. When you click on it, it takes you to a screen that looks like this, and then it's going to ask you if you want to join the club. This is, leave the club because you're already a member. Yeah. But it says you are a member. You want to be a member of the club to do the rides so that you can have the little ride show up in your events on Zwift. Yeah. So the first step is to be a member of the club. Well,
and the rides are they're private to the club.
Yeah.
The first ride we did was open because we wanted to make sure things, we're working okay. But otherwise, you have to be a member of the club to get access to the ride. So that way we don't get flooded with a ton of other people.
Yep. And then first step is to join the club. The second step is to go into the event, to the ride that's happening, and select that you're going. If you do those two things, it'll show up on your screen as an event that you're part of. If you don't do those, then you may not see it. So I think some people aren't actually doing both of those things. Yeah. You have to actually say in Zwift that you're going on the ride. You have to check that you're going. Yeah. So make sure you're doing that, and do that before the ride. Don't wait until you're about to get 5 minutes before the ride to do it. Do it the day before. I already have the ride up for Monday. So you can go in now and say that you're doing the ride, and you should be good to go. Shelby says, for this week's challenge is it much time in a day to do indoor and outdoor rides count for one person?
So can you make for the longest time in a day? Can you mix indoor and outdoor rides? And yes, you can mix. It's your total time ridden in a day.
So you can wake up in the morning, do 30 minutes on the trainer, then you can go outside and do 2 hours, and then you can come back and do another 30 minutes on the trainer, and that'll count as 3 hours.
Yeah. So just as probably more details than anybody needs, but I keep track of all of for a single day. I keep track of all of your stats for total for the day, and then I keep track of a breakdown of those as indoor, as outdoor, and now as e-bike rides too. So that way we have the flexibility in different things if we want to break up indoor versus outdoor. I have those specifics on indoor versus outdoor, but I also have a total of everything. So.
Yep. So again, just read the challenge grid for the week and make sure you understand if it says, it will say both indoor and outdoor count. Yeah. And it will also say all rides in a day count. There will be weeks where it doesn't say those things, so make sure you're reading it and understanding.
And then there's another question about using Trainer Road. You can use Trainer Road is fine. There's Full Gas. Trying to think of some of the other newer. Any trainer platform that you want to use is cool. It's obviously you won't be able to join the group ride that we're doing, but if you want to use that platform to log the optional bonus part, so like this week you could do a Trainer Road ride after 5, that'll count as long as you change that ride title, either when it's uploading from Trainer Road or once it's in Strava, add the hashtag on it and that'll get counted.
Yeah, you could also get on it during one of the Zwift rides and then hop on Discord and chat.
Yeah.
You don't have to be in a Zwift ride to chat on Discord during a ride.
You could be sitting at your desk and just want to come in and chat. I don't know. I do it some nights when I'm working up here. I haven't done any Discord from bed yet because I actually have been getting up and doing the coffee ride.
I know. Val says anyone who doesn't use Zwift still join us on Discord. Yes, for sure.
Especially for the trivia.
Yeah, Friday trivia. Yeah. Okay, so Zwift rides this week. We've got Monday, 6:30, recovery ride. Then we've got Friday trivia at 7 a.m. There will be...
It's coffee and trivia. How could you leave out the coffee?
Coffee and trivia, yes. There will be no Wednesday morning live workout, but I will send workout files for another workout. So we did the workout last week. I sent the files out. I'm going to send out information about this about this week's workout for anybody interested so that you can keep up and do your workout for the week. Again, it's progressive, so it'll build on last week's workout. And then next week, the 25th, we'll do a live one again. So I'll send an email out and say if anybody's interested and wants the workout files, let me know and I'll email them. I can't actually attach them to the email that I send out. So instead of sending them to everybody and clogging up people's emails, I'm going to just say, let me know if you want the workout files and then I will send them to you.
I thought I was going to be spin instructor this week and I was going to lead the Wednesday.
If you want Chris to lead the Wednesday morning ride.
There will be a GoFundMe set up. It needs to reach a very high amount before I'm going to do that.
Someone says, what is Chris drinking? It looks really good.
So this is...
It's like a smoothie beer.
It's called Cherry Berry Trip. Actually, I think I got this up at Cross Nationals in Hartford. But yeah, it's one of the smoothie sour style kind of beers. Very tasty.
I'm all about the smoothie beers. They're yummy. Anybody like the smoothie beers out there? Let us know. We're down for some smoothie beers. All right, moving along. We're almost done here. We got 2 more minutes to wrap it up. Well, I guess we started late with our technical issues. So, any other questions? Drop them in the chat. Oh, I see Ian joined us. Hello, yeah. Ian.
Reggie popping back in.
Reggie's popping back in.
Oh, wait. So Christina Little. Are you
Christiana Little.
Christiana.
Yeah.
Are you a Frederick person?
No, they come out here a lot to ride, though.
Okay. Yeah, Idiom has a couple of great smoothie sours.
If you are nearby, come out to Frederick. We have some great micro breweries. Is that what they're called?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, craft breweries.
Oh, craft breweries. Yeah. Sorry. There's like 10 of them all in the same area.
Yeah.
We're going to do a finale ride this year, again, on Ted's birthday. The Ted Redmer birthday celebration cupcake waffle frolic DKWTS finale ride.
Doesn't sound complicated enough. I think we can throw a couple more things in
March 12th. And we will go out to a brewery afterwards. There will be alcoholic and non-alcoholic options.
If you are in town and you grab some good smoothie sours, and then you happen to ride by base camp, we have a cooler out there that you could probably leave a couple in.
If you come out to Frederick and you go up Hamburg Road, which has a big climb, our house is at the bottom and we have a little I don't. What do we call it? Little like hangout area.
Yeah, little hangout area with like a little like a picnic table, and a little like high top bar to sit at. There's
Little
a cooler,
kiosk.
cooler tucked behind there.
Snacks.
With some snacks, and then we usually have a water jug out there.
Yeah, not right now.
Not right now because it would just freeze. But
somebody says they need to call in sick at work to do a morning ride, or you could get up super early, depending on what time you need to be at work. All right,
but this week it's the evening ride, so it works out well for you.
Yeah, do an evening ride. Ted says he likes the sound of all those things. Reggie says he hope it doesn't snow this time. Yeah, I know. Last time we tried to do a finale ride, it was 20 degrees.
Oh yeah, didn't
5 people showed up. Ted was one of them because we had cupcakes for him. Reggie did not.
I totally forgot.
We
about
missed
that
you,
ride.
Reggie.
Yeah. I remember because we did another ride, like a makeup ride. I think like a month later, or was it almost 2 months later? We kind of tried to redo that ride.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
had a bunch of.
Somebody says 3 a.m. Oh man, that is early.
You could actually stay up late and start the ride if it was a morning thing. You could do the ride right after midnight.
Like at what point is it morning? Yeah, exactly.
Well, as the scoring goes, it's midnight. So like at 12:01, it's open. You
Okay,
could go.
all right. Yeah, there you go. 12 a.m. ride.
Oh, there was another question too that I got today in email about when stages end.
Oh yeah.
So stages end at midnight on Sunday, and that is your local time zone, or actually the time zone of where the ride happened. So if we're based in the Eastern time zone, if you're on the West Coast, you have until midnight West Coast time. If you're on vacation and you're in a different time zone, whatever that ride's time zone is uploaded as will be what it's at. So.
All right, we need to wrap this up because I have a team meeting soon.
And I need dinner.
Yeah, and Chris is going to do something about dinner. All right, real quick, shout outs to our partners and sponsors. Our event partners. I sent out a survey a few days ago. If you didn't get it, check your email. It was a Google form survey asking you what events you were interested in, and that is for our event entry giveaways. So check that. Make sure you complete that survey if you're interested in winning any entries to our event partners events. Croatan Buck 50, Raspatitsa, Gravista, Rocktown Rambler, Roughneck Gravel Roubaix, Loudon 1725, Grusk, Katie's Mountain Challenge, Lost River Classic, Bike Dr. Shed Duro, Go Cross, Roland Cole Gravel Grinder, and Unpaved. And then also our 2 events, Growly Cat and DKGR. So you can win entries to any of those events, but you can only win entry to one of them. So if you win, then your name gets taken out and you cannot win again. So you can only win one. You don't know which one that's going to be. It's a random drawing. So we need to draw for Croatan and Raspatitsa this week. Try to do that at some point soon.
Yeah,
so we can get those entries.
The reason we send out that survey is so that we know that you actually can or even want to attend that event. So then we're not giving away entries that someone's not going to use.
Right. So. But thank you to all of those events for giving us entries for our participants. Also, thank you specifically to the West Virginia Gravel Series. This is a new series that's happening this year. There's 5 events. I think it's like a 4 out of 5 thing. So 4 out of 5 of their events are our event partners for DKWTS. So shout out to them and thank you to them for being involved and putting on some cool events out in West Virginia. Also, shout out to our industry partners for giving us swag and prizes. Champion System, Wolf Tooth Components, Hand Up Gloves, Hi-Fi Wheels, Exploding Kittens, Bike Doctor, that's the shop where I work, Chris races for, and Cobalt Bikes. Cobalt is offering 20% off a custom frame build. That was also part of the survey. At the bottom says, are you interested in that prize? We'll be doing a grand finale giveaway for that at the end of the entire series. So if you would like to get a discount on a custom bike build with Cobalt, check that out. You can also check out the bikes that they offer on their website. I think it is cobaltbikes.com. Cobaltbike.com. No S. And then just a few announcements. I've sent out some merch. I will be shipping the rest of the merch tomorrow. So if you ordered merch for the series, you should be getting it by next week. We will be opening an apparel store soon for spring pre-orders and launching our 5th anniversary jersey design with the Burrito Pocket. Designed by my fabulous teamies, Paulette and Val. If you want to order anything, if you missed ordering stuff, just go to our website, dirtykittengravel.com/shop, and you can order stuff there. I think that's it.
That's all I got.
Anybody else got anything? We good? Thanks for tuning in tonight.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Nice work, everybody. Riding, sending photos, posting. We're enjoying all that, following along with all that.
Yeah. It's cool. We like staying in touch with everybody.
And we enjoy doing the rides with you virtually. Snowy left.
No, it's Pacha making noise.
All right. Well, have a wonderful evening. Good luck next week for the final stage of the Resolution Tour. Keep riding dirty.
There, guys.
Bye.